Well, tomorrow the DART board will vote whether to spend nearly $2 million for more security.
So DART officials say that more private security guards are needed to help change the public's perception, at least, that crime on DART trains has gotten even worse. I-Team reporter Brian New is here tonight. You've found that this is far more than perception when you took a closer look.
Yeah, Doug, DART likes to say that this is just a perception issue, but that's not what the I-Team found, and we'll show you. From 2014 to 2015, there were 53 violent aggravated assaults, either on DART trains or at DART stations. Now, look at the last 2 years. There's been 88 aggravated assaults. That's a 60% increase. Crimes like this are becoming more common, and some worry as long as DART sees this as more of a perception issue than reality, not enough will be done to keep riders safe.
Every time he steps onto a DART train, Kenan Jones has a flashback.
It escalated to, as everybody's seen, just went somewhere it shouldn't have went.
Last July, the 44-year-old told a group of young men to stop smoking pot on the train. They then spit, kicked, and viciously attacked him, all while video recording the assault on a cell phone.
All I need to do is get hit a couple more times and I would have been done.
When the train arrived at the Deep Ellum station, the beating tumbled onto the platform.
I really felt like I was about to leave this world. My spirit was standing at the door and waiting for one more hit.
A month earlier, another rider was attacked at the same Deep Ellum station. That same month, a woman was raped near another nearby DART station on the Green Line. In fact, the I-Team found nearly half of the 88 attacks in the past 2 years took place along the Green Line, many of which were caught on video. This fight on a train headed to the Buckner station was posted on YouTube. So was this fight at the West End station. DART's own cameras caught people running away from a shooting at the MLK station and a stabbing at the Walnut Hill station. What you don't see in most of these videos is a DART police officer or security guard, and that, victims say, is the problem.
If you ask anybody on this train right now, do they feel like they're being protected by the train? The general consensus is no.
Is it safe to ride DART?
It is safe to ride DART. Many people ride DART every day.
In the past few years, DART has added lights and cameras to the platforms and launched a safety app. Yet aggravated assaults went up. So now DART is proposing to spend another $1.8 million for 30 more private security guards.
It's perception. We're trying to address the perception of crime.
Do you feel safe riding DART?
No, I don't.
In less than 5 minutes after we boarded a DART train to interview Kenan Jones,
I said, what the hell are you guys doing?
we were cursed at and harassed by this man.
That's what I'm saying. You're in constant, danger of someone just way out of order.
We got off the train at the next stop. Jones says he believes, had we not, the man would have quickly turned violent.
That's just a prime example of where security is lacking on DART trains.
DART says this will change if the board votes Tuesday for the additional 30 security guards, allowing a guard to be on every train. But many like Jones worry that that's not enough. He says more DART officers, not just security guards, are needed. And they're needed not just on the trains, but on the platforms and parking lots, where the I-Team found the vast majority of the attacks take place. Deputy Chief Matt Walling told the I-Team he believes the additional guards will make riders feel safer, but seemed less than confident that the additional security guards will reduce the number of aggravated assaults.
Do you think that will help reduce the number of aggravated assaults?
Well, again, we generally don't have aggravated assaults on the light rail system. They occur, in parking lots or at other facilities, but certainly I'm hoping that it will deter crime.
I feel like that there's a lot more that can be done to secure the safety of the people. Someone can get killed. That someone was almost me.
So along with the proposal to add more security guards, DART is in the process of adding video cameras to all of its trains. DART plans to have cameras on all 160 trains in the next couple of years.
Cameras sound well and good if you want to document what happened and get some faces and prosecute later. Yeah. But let's talk about, this guy, he could have lost his life.
Yeah,
look at the number of people
easily.
being on it. What about adding body count with officers?
Yeah. Well, there's no plan. They're adding security guards. These are private security guards, but there are no plans right now to add any more police officers. Right now they have 242. They have about 25 open positions that they need to fill, but no new positions. At least the plan is right now.
You would think in terms of quick response, that might be an avenue that they'd be looking at.
Yeah.
All right, Brian New, thank you. Eye-opening, to say the least.
We'll see what happens tomorrow night. Thank you so much. If you do have a story tip, maybe something for our I-Team to look into, you need to let them know. If you maybe have a question, they can at least attempt to answer it. Send them an email at the address there on your screen. It's iteam@ktvt.com.